what the Bills were able to do was incredible. And specifically,
Josh Allen.
Put
your hands up.
Put them up.
It's time for your good hands plays presented by Allstate. And that are all going to go to Josh Allen. Because down the stretch, he made some of the most unbelievable throws in the last 4 minutes of that game that flipped it on its head, where they looked like they were dead. And this guy, I mean, he's a miracle. 394 yards, 2 touchdowns through the air.
394.
Yeah, 30 yards on the ground, 2 touchdowns on the ground. It is unbelievable.
He does this. I think he
dart after dart.
It's also important to point out that he does this without like a top tier receiver. Like if I asked you who to double on that team, you wouldn't know who to pick. And like the biggest plays of the game was in the seam to put him at the 1. And then when they went down to take the lead to set the field goal, he hit Palmer on that incredible corner route that the DB wisely undercut, because that's a throw that you normally put on a rope. He put it on the rope, but a slightly higher rope right over top to Palmer, which essentially wrapped up the game for him. And those were just 2 of the many incredible throws. Like there was that tip that can't get really a ton of credit for the tip ball that Coleman caught. But like he's awesome.
I mean, the you're right. I mean, to me it was the throw to Palmer where he was rolling to his left. It was preposterous. I mean, 29 targets to Keon Coleman, Khalil Shakir, who is a very nice player, a very nice slot player, and Joshua Palmer. Those are the top 3 targets. So like he is Superman. He's reached the level of quarterbacking, which Lamar has too. Yeah. That's just, you're never out of these games. If you're within 2 scores and you can get a stop, these guys are so good. They can flip the field so quickly.
This is the story of their defense, too. It's like I give their defense a lot of credit year after year because they are not the most talented bunch. And then they're riddled by injuries, but they always find a way to create turnovers, it feels like.
And that's like ripping Derrick Henry.
That's the lifeblood of their defense. That's what keeps their defense respectable, because in this game, they couldn't stop the Ravens. Couldn't stop the Ravens. The Ravens stopped themselves, it felt like, with play calls and missed opportunities. And then Ed Oliver strips the ball from Derrick Henry.
And you got like the Bills gang fumble recovery. 5 Bills touched the ball before a Raven touched them down, which is incredible. Ed Oliver forced that. And then we should talk about it for a second, because I mean, first of all, Derrick Henry was unbelievable in that game. Every time we were watching the game together, and every time Justice Hill was in the game, no offense to Justice Hill, a lot of respect for you, buddy. I was just like, this is malpractice. Get Derrick Henry back in there. Get Deuce in there, because he was completely unstoppable. It was like Tractor Cito season started early. But we should also talk about the 4th down. After Derrick Henry fumbled, after the Bills went down and scored, the Keon Coleman back shoulder fade was to get it to 40-38. But the Ravens got it down to 4th and 3 and opted to punt instead of go for it. Did that decision, knowing how, even though Lamar Jackson appeared to be hobbled, he hobbled off. It looked like he was getting his quad worked on by the trainer afterwards. Would you have gone for it? Even if Lamar was just a decoy and you could run a little mesh point zone read and have them.
I feel like it seems like revisionist history now because of how it resulted. But at the time, we all were like, if it's close, go for it. And I think the plays leading up to that particular situation were like questionable. And I was complimenting Todd Monken throughout the course of the game because I could see his thought process when he reacted to everything that the Bills were doing. He reacted with the right decision. And also he had the bailout, the easy button of just hand it to Derrick Henry. He might run for a touchdown. But that sequence
was the worst.
It didn't seem like those were the right plays in that situation. And then you get to 4th and 3. And I like going for it right there with Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. I understand the hobble situation. Call a timeout, talk about it, and go for it, because Josh Allen's Josh Allen. And that it gets down to.
We should go through that sequence, by the way, which was they get the ball back, and rather than have Lamar in the gun and run his own read, he starts in the gun, goes under center, hands it to Derrick Henry, gets stopped in the backfield for maybe the second time all game other than the fumble. Then they do a little jet sweep with Zay Flowers, who gets stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They're at 3rd and 11. And Lamar, they go out to throw the ball. They throw it over the middle of the field. And it was
Hopkins.
It was Hopkins.
And he got tackled.
Yeah, he got tackled 3 yards short. And so the Bills blitzed on that play. They put ahead of Lamar Jackson, who actually took a couple big hits today. He's so slippery, he almost never gets hit. He took a couple shots today, and he was clearly feeling it at the end of the game. But that sequence of the 3 plays, like Zay Flowers had a career day. I know that. You still want him catching the ball, not DeAndre Hopkins. You don't want him on the zone read.
Yeah.
Or sorry, on the jet sweep.
Yeah.
And just not using that zone read, which had killed the Bills, and going under center to give it to Derrick Henry. I felt like a very weird
There's a couple things. So I can't argue with putting Derrick Henry in I formation and handing the ball on first down. Like, that was an unstoppable play until he fumbled. I'm fine with that. What I didn't love in particular is, like, the point of the jet sweep is to counter a team that is anticipating, that's blitzing, or a team that's anticipating an internal, like an inside run. Is you take advantage of that and you put your speed on the edge. They did that from shotgun with Justice Hill in the backfield. Like, I imagine that if that's what you want to do, you put Derrick Henry in the backfield and Lamar under center, or Derrick Henry in the backfield and Lamar next to him in shotgun. Like, there's something about that formation that should suggest, and I guess maybe they were trying to show the Bills that they wanted to throw the ball, because the Bills seemed like, in that situation, after Lamar broke off in the first half, after he dropped back and broke away from Bosa and another.
That's unbelievable.
He was
he was like 20 yards behind the line.
It was like 3rd and 15. Yeah. And after that, they were blitzing on important passing downs, which is what you should do against Lamar Jackson in those situations. So I'm guessing that maybe that's what he was thinking, is we're going to get a blitz here and we'll do the jet sweep. But I just hate sending him to the sideline when you don't want to stop the clock, as you've made it so much harder for your player. But yeah, it's hard to be critical of Todd Monken when he puts up 40 points and it seems like this team is almost unstoppable. But in those moments, those decisions, I'm sure, are ones that he wants back.
Yeah, I mean, he called an awesome game. Those ones were just perplexing given the personnel, the situation, and the play calling, because it seemed like there were 3 unstoppable players in that game and they had 2 of them.
Not the one that mattered.